Now you've seen how to use the multi-friend selector and make it very convenient to just select the friends you want to invite to use the application. But you can actually make it more powerful, more useful, and you can avoid annoying people if you exclude from the list of friends those who are already using the application. Now that requires a call to an API method, and it's in the restlib file, and it's down here, and it's called friends get app users, and this method returns, as the documentation says, the friends of the user who are also users of the application that is calling this method. So what this will do is, this is similar instruction to all of the methods that are in this file. It's calling a method from the API and packaging it back up here into restlib. I can call that method with this code here, and I'm going to add it to the invitation PHP file. And I'm going to have to put it inside, because this is PHP code, so I'll move this and put it inside the PHP code that is at the beginning of this file. And what I'm going to do is to create a variable which will get the result of the call to get app users, and it will then implode it. It will separate that into a comma delimited list, which I will need then to pass into the multi-friend selector. Now, here's something that's interesting. The attribute that is going to be set in the multi-friend selector is an attribute called exclude IDs. And what I'm doing here is I'm imploding the results of the call to get app users and storing it in friends get app users. If there was something there, I'm going to set a variable called exclude IDs, which says exclude IDs equals that comma delimited list. Now, if you notice here, the structure of this result is indeed an attribute that I can pass into multi-friend selector, because I need both the attribute name and the value of the attribute. And that's what I've got here. But if there were no friends who were users of this app, I would get nothing back, and then exclude IDs is going to be empty. So what I'm doing here is coming up with some code that will either give me exclude IDs equal the comma delimited list, or will give me nothing, so that I don't wind up with exclude IDs equals nothing, which is not going to parse. So that's why there's this little dance around here. Notice also that I'm going into the restlib. So I've got my Facebook object here, which I created up here. And now I go to the API client, which is restlib. That's that file, and call friends get app users. So up here, I've got the list of friends of the user who are also using this app. And now all I have to do is come down here and add a little chunk of PHP to the multi-friend selector. And what I'm going to do is echo exclude IDs, which is that variable that I set up here that has the attribute name and the comma delimited lists if necessary.